Hey guys, it's Danny and Dave here with Let a Rip Tater Chip channel, and today we're just gonna let the camera roll. We're actually gonna be recording a little bit of one of our songs. It's called "Fly You Fools." Maybe we'll give you some samples of it later. Actually, you'll probably get some samples of it while we're recording. Hopefully, not too many puppy noises in the background. We got Strider hanging out with us too. You got any input, Mr. Dave?
Basically, we're just going to give you guys a little bit of a teaser how we operate in our studio, give you a breakdown of how our studio looks and how we operate, and maybe we'll give you guys a little teaser like you said.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Danny here with Let a Rip Tater Chip channel, and also Dave is on camera right now, and Strider is also with me too. So if you hear any jingling in the background, it's our mascot Strider. We always have one or the other puppies down here with us when we're in the studio. Today, guys, I'm basically, and Dave too, are going to go through our studio setup and show you guys around what we have set up, our workstation, our working process, boards we use, amps we use, microphones, and what have you, through the entire studio. And first, I'm going to go to our basses and the big live amps that we use during, basically rendering music and also showing people our music. So first I'm going to step over here, and right now we have a couple basses. We have a Washburn and a Rogue that we use. Also a Dean Z bass that is not here right now, but these are the two basses that we mainly use. I use the fretted one for recording. I have used the fretless bass, if you can see here on the board of the bass fretboard. It has no frets on it, it's a fretless bass. I feel it gives more sustain out of notes, and Dave really loves using this bass. I really like using the Washburn. I had it for many years. Moving on, we have Carvin dual 15s and a Carvin 20-inch bass bins. We have two of these and two of these. So we have one here, and also over there is our other dual 15 and 20-inch bass bins. On the floor here we have our wedges, our boards, our pedal boards we use, and our microphones. And coming across, I will talk about my board first and what I use. This right here is my, basically it helps me with sustain and other stuff on vocals. It gives me an effect for my voice, makes it deeper a little bit. Moving on to what I use for my guitars, I have a Zakk Wylde wah pedal, Rotovibe pedal, and Zakk Wylde phase pedal, super chorus. For these mainly use during solos, and then my Zakk Wylde overdrive pedal. And all that goes into my noise suppressor, and as you can see, I got it all plugged in. Nothing has batteries running. All these can use 9 volts, but I rather have it, powered by DC. And then I mainly use Monster cables, if you guys can see that. Moving on, we have Yamaha wedges that we have here. I believe they are 10-inch speakers with our little tweeter coming out here. Going to Dave's board that he uses. This is his voice effect pedal that he uses. He really loves it. Basically, he's being his own, if I can say it right, being his own voice tech. So he can actually switch delays, reverb, harmony, and other effects on this board with just his foot. You can step on it and it'll change effects. Whatever he needs. If he needs a delay during a vocal part, he can hit delay real quick, and when he stops, his voice will still carry. Pretty cool device. He also, under here, if you can see it, is his power for his distortion pedal that he uses on his bass amp. Here is a Shure wireless system. He likes using the Shure wireless system so he can walk around freely. You know, cords and stuff get tangled up and what have you. This frees that up for him. Doesn't change his tone on his bass at all. Pretty cool thing. Coming up, this is his little workstation that he can read his vocals that he has written, other things too. He writes a lot right here. He's got some vocal spray in case his voice ever gets a little raspy or anything like that. And he always, kids, have water if you're a singer. I mean, it hydrates your voice and everything. And then for his vocal mic, look at me. I'm like fucking Lemmy trying to sing into this goddamn thing since he's so fucking tall. We use SM58s for vocals, and then for our amps and other things we use SM57s, like this one right here. Coming over to our little work area, we have this toolbox here. It's full of miscellaneous things, backup cords, backup XLRs and stuff like that, tools that we need to use on guitars. Basically, it's just a carrying case for all of our miscellaneous equipment, picks and stuff like that. Moving on to our little rack piece right here, we have an 8-channel Carvin. Basically, we use it for a live board, if you will, running. And then we got these power strips right here and here. That basically, everything's plugged into those, so that way the power is always equal, and if something happens with the power, like the power kills or something, it'll keep all the equipment safe. Moving on, we have a Korg tuner right here, where we mostly basically just tune all of our guitars and basses and stuff. Then we have our CD player that's plugged into our board up here. And then this is for basically old school recording with tape, mixed copies and stuff. And then these two power amps right here, this controls the dual 15s, and this one controls the bass bins. So these are huge power amps. They put out a lot of watts, super fucking loud. Basically, you put it on one, you're out of the room, you know. And then moving on to our little workstation that we have for when we're recording, we have this little MIDI keyboard that we use for playing keyboards, obviously. You can put drums and stuff to the pads, little turn knobs for volumes and what have you. Different octaves. I really love this one. It's compact, that way you don't have to have a full 88 keyboard indoor piano in your house. You can simply just change the octave of the keys, so basically it'll move up the board on the keyboard. Then we have Dave's giant fucking computer. That big ass green monster powers a lot of shit, basically for video and also our Pro Tools recording. Also moving on to our headphones, we use Extreme voice isolation headphones. They're great, basically they're the best headphones I've ever played or, well, listened to. Then we got our Focusrite that we record into. We put our guitars, bass, and vocal into that. Not all at the same time. We track record onto Pro Tools, what we have up here. This particular track that we have up right now is That Which Cannot Be. It's kind of our, I guess you can call it love song. And Dave has 40 fucking vocal tracks that I had to record on there. God damn it. And then this program up that we have here is for our MIDI piano. This is where we record pianos, also put drums onto it as well. Again, it's our workstation. We move things around. I built my guitar on this. I clean guitars. I tune basses and tune other stuff on it as well. You know, I feel it's a really, really great workstation. And moving on from the workstation, we're going to go into the guitars and amps. These are basically the main guitars that I use right now. My Dean Stealth, the guitar that I built, a guitar that I found, now that you can't really fucking see it because it's covered up by a Viking horn and a Viking axe. I found for $60. It was amazing that I found it, and it was great that I was able to basically bring it back to life. A Jackson Randy Rhoads, my beloved 1989 Gibson Explorer. Then going into my amps right here, also over there, if you guys saw it in the frame, was a little Marshall combo amp. I only play Marshalls. This is my Marshall JCM my Marshall JCM, move my movie sticker. Yeah, my JCM 2000 dual super lead that I use. Had this guitar amp for forever. Celestion speakers in it. It's got 412s in each cab. Then all my miscellaneous crystals and satanic shit that I have on there. Moving on from there, I have my other beloved Jackson Kelly. If you guys can see the paint job on that thing, my dad actually got this custom made for me. Jumbo frets, jumbo neck, amazing guitar. Love the damn thing to death. Probably never take it out on the road. Then we got the drum kit here. We're using Ludwig's and a selection of Zildjian and Sabian cymbals. And on the drum kit, we will use SM57s and these little big fucking microphones right here. I can't remember what they're called at the moment, for our floor tom and also kick drum down there. Going from there, we have our acoustic guitars and then also another Dean ML that I recently put a Dimebucker in. And then finishing off is Mr. Dave's bass amp. He's got two bass amps actually, a Carvin and a PV that he recently just purchased. This PV, I don't even have it on fucking 1. I have it on maybe a half volume because the goddamn thing is so fucking loud. It puts out 1,000 watts out of I believe it's 4/8 out of this amp. And this thing's pretty cool too, because on here it's got a chromatic tuner, so basically if he has his bass out of tune, he can come over, hit this switch, mutes the amp, and then brings up his tuning on this little digital screen right here. He can tune real quick, hit that, he's ready to go again. And then over here, again, mostly miscellaneous guitars that are in cases that I use every so often. Also Strider right there too. That's our little mascot. Hey, buddy. But other than that, that's pretty much our studio setup. And also, don't forget, guys. Don't forget, if you see this red light, you see that, Strider? You see that? Do you see that red light, buddy? That red light means recording is in session, so shut the fuck up.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to lay down the rhythm guitar for the track. So Danny will be getting himself all plugged in and situated to go. And we'll make this happen.
Hopefully. Let her rip.
And recording.
let you go through that one.
All right, everybody. So we got the guitars done. Now we're gonna have Danny put down the bass track, so that way we can get that done and situated before going into working on vocals.
Why am I always recording strings?
That's your thing. That's what you do. Do better.
Do better?
Anyway, so we'll get him doing that. Get to see him playing some 4-string rather than some 6 for once. Hopefully you guys like it. Fuck. Damn it! Fuck. Me up the arse. Who knew bass would be harder than fucking guitar? I need to step away for a minute. Alright everybody, so we're going to go ahead and do our first vocal track. Hopefully this all goes well. Danny's got the guitars and the bass recorded. We also got our little keyboards, which is really awesome. I'm excited for it. So, without further ado, let's scream into a microphone.
The vocalist is meditating while listening to the track. Watch as we approach his destiny of vocalism. Puppy, settle down.
Sounds good.
There's your little snippet, guys.